9 biggest mistakes in the last 10 NBA drafts. Number 9, the New York Knicks. In the 2018 draft, the Knicks had the number 9 pick, and guess who's available? Shai Gilgeous Alexander, the MVP. It is a miracle he's available, because Shai was supposed to be a top 5 pick, but the Knicks took that miracle and threw it in the trash. They said, we don't want Shai. He's not gonna be a superstar. You know who we want? We want Kevin Knox. Who? Exactly. Kevin Knox was an absolute bust. He's not even on the Knicks anymore. He's on the Warriors, averaging 3 points per game. And Mr. Shai Gilgeous Alexander is the best player in the NBA. Way to go, New York. Number 8, the Sacramento Kings. It is the 2018 draft, and the Sacramento Kings have the number 2 overall pick. DeAndre Ayton went number 1. There was no doubt that that was going to happen. But at number 2, the Kings had options. Trae Young, Jaren Jackson Jr., or Luka Doncic, Luka Magic. Those were the 3 options for number 2. Luka or Trae Young are the obvious choices, the superstars. But the Kings say no, we want a big man. Okay, fine, so at least they take Jaren Jackson Jr., right? He's not Luka, but he's still an all-star, still a great draft pick. Nope. No Luka, no Trae, no Jaren Jackson Jr. The Sacramento Kings draft Marvin Bagley III. What? He wasn't even supposed to be a top 5 pick, and you take him at number 2? The Kings thought they were so smart. Let's not be obvious and draft Luka. Let's be cool and risky and draft this Marvin Bagley guy. How's that working out for you, Sacramento? Not so good. Marvin Bagley is not even on the team anymore. He's scoring 3.6 points per game for the Grizzlies. The other 3 guys are all stars. Number 7, the Phoenix Suns. It is the 2019 draft. The Suns have the 32nd pick. At this point, the Suns are one of the best teams in the NBA. With Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, DeAndre Ayton. All they need is a good point guard, and they can win a championship. And guess who is available at number 32? Jalen Brunson, one of the best point guards in the NBA. I don't know how, but 31 teams passed on Jalen Brunson. And this makes perfect sense because the Suns know that they want to draft a point guard. And Jalen Brunson is clearly the best point guard available in the draft. It is a match made in heaven. But there's this one French guy, Elie Okobo, who everybody knew is not better than Jalen Brunson. But a little bit before the draft, Elie Okobo scored 44 points in a game in Europe. And the Suns thought, wow, this guy is gonna be a superstar. Forget Jalen Brunson, we are drafting Elie Okobo. Holy smokes, what a mistake. One good game by this guy, and you're gonna draft him because of that. What a mistake. And what happened? Elie Okobo, as you can probably guess, was terrible. After 2 years, he wasn't even in the NBA anymore. And those 2 years, he averaged 4 points per game. Jalen Brunson is a top 3 point guard in the NBA. This guy single-handedly made the New York Knicks an incredible team. A contending team, too. Just imagine if the Suns had Jalen Brunson right next to Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, Cameron Johnson, and DeAndre Ayton, they would have had a dynasty. Number 6, the Golden State Warriors. It is the 2020 NBA draft, and the Warriors have the number 2 overall pick. The GOAT, Anthony Edwards, goes number 1 overall. So the Warriors have a choice, LaMelo Ball or Tyrese Haliburton. Do they want someone who can score 30 points per game like LaMelo, or Tyrese who can get you 15 assists per game? Honestly, the obvious decision at the time was LaMelo Ball. He was the best player available after Anthony Edwards got drafted. But the Warriors said, yeah, LaMelo is great, he's a star, but we don't need a point guard, we have Steph Curry. Bro, this is so unbelievably stupid. Do you know how many many teams play with 2 point guards? It is so common in the NBA right now. Literally half the NBA does that. Steph and LaMelo together would be unstoppable on offense. But no, the Warriors said no LaMelo, no Tyrese Haliburton, we want a big man. And they draft James Wiseman. And I just have to say it, not very wise. James Wiseman played 3 years for the Warriors, and every single year he got hurt. James Wiseman was averaging 6 points per game until finally the NBA gave up on him. 5 years ago, he was the number 2 pick in the draft, and now he's not even in the NBA. While LaMelo Ball and Tyrese Haliburton are 2 of the top point guards in the league. Nice job, Golden State. Nice job. Number 5, the Phoenix Suns again. I'm sorry, Suns fans. It is the 2017 draft, and the Suns have the number 5 pick. Devin Booker is just hitting his prime. This is the year he had a 70-point game, but he needs help, so this pick is so important. Once again, the Suns need a point guard. Devin Booker needs a point guard next to him, and lucky for the Suns, they have amazing options. The best player available by far is De'Aaron Fox. It is a blessing and a miracle that he is still available. But don't worry, even if Phoenix messes this up, there's also Donovan Mitchell as the backup. So either way, the Suns get a superstar guard to play with Devin Booker. Fox and Booker, or Mitchell and Booker. Ooh, that's a championship duo right there. So the Suns draft, drumroll please, Josh Jackson. One of the biggest busts in NBA history. He lasted only 2 years in Phoenix, and he was on the bench. He wasn't even a starter those 2 years. Then he went to Sacramento, averaging 4 points per game. I don't know what it is with this 4 points per game. I feel like every bust this video is either averaging 4 points or 3 points per game. But yeah, 4 points per game. Sacramento gets rid of him, and he's never been in the NBA again. That is some hot trash. Number 4, the New York Knicks again. Come on, New York. It's the 2017 draft, and the Knicks have the number 8 overall pick. Guys, this right here is literally the worst decision in Knicks history. So Bam Adebayo is available, but the Knicks want a guard, not a center. No problem. Actually, this is even better for New York, because the perfect guard is available, Donovan Mitchell. And we just talked about the Suns not taking Mitchell at number 5. They took Josh Jackson. So it's a miracle. Somehow Donovan Mitchell is still available at number 8. The Knicks have Kristaps Porzingis as their superstar at this point. And with one more star, they could be a championship team. But the Knicks love to draft international players. They drafted Danilo Gallinari from Italy, RJ Barrett from Canada. There's like a million examples. They love international players because they feel like international players have more potential, which I disagree with. So they say no Donovan Mitchell, and they draft Frank, okay, I can't say his last name, but you see it. And Frank was a horrible player. His field goal percentage on the Knicks was 33%. His 3-point percentage, 28%. And guess how many points he's averaging? Is it 4 points per game just like the other guys? Nope. Not even that. Right now, he's averaging exactly 1.0 points per game on the Hornets. And Donovan Mitchell is one of the best players in the NBA. Number 3, the Portland Trail Blazers. I love this one because it's really recent. It just happened. It's the 2023 draft, and the Blazers have the number 3 overall pick. Bruh, Victor Wembanyama goes number 1 overall, no surprise. Brandon Miller, number 2, no surprise. But now at number 3, there's a few options. It's not an obvious pick. The options are Amin Thompson, the greatest athlete to ever touch an NBA court, or Ausar Thompson, his brother, his twin, a top defender in the NBA. The Thompson twins are by far the best options here. The only question really is which one of them do you choose? But the Blazers say, we don't think the twins are going to be that good. We're drafting Scoot Henderson. Okay, wait, Scoot Henderson, what college is he from? Oh, Scoot Henderson from the G League? They drafted a G League player at number 3? Someone who's not even in college? Portland, there's a reason he was in the G League. Scoot Henderson has been the biggest disappointment we've seen in the last few years. Imagine how bad it is that I'm putting this in the video when it only happened 2 years ago. You know how bad you have to be a bust this fast? Amin Thompson led the Rockets to the number 2 seed this season. Ausar Thompson is a huge reason the Pistons are a good team in the East and made the playoffs. And Scoot Henderson is averaging 12 points per game just because he's getting a lot of minutes, and trust me, they are the worst 12 points you will ever see in your life. It takes him like 20 attempts to get those 12 points. Blazers, you messed up. Number 2, the Denver Nuggets. Guys, this is absolutely insane. Just get ready. We are back in the 2017 NBA draft. The Nuggets have the number 13 overall pick. The Nuggets have Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. They are already a championship team. But with one more star, oh my goodness, they will be a dynasty. And guess who is still available? Donovan Mitchell! The 3rd time I've mentioned him this video because somehow it is a miracle he is still available. But it's not what you think. I know what you're thinking. Oh, the Nuggets drafted someone else. Big mistake, blah, blah, blah. No, the Nuggets actually draft Donovan Mitchell. They did it. They have a big 3, Jokic, Jamal Murray, and Donovan Mitchell. It's official. But no. They had to do something stupid. That's why they're in the video. 10 minutes later, after drafting Donovan Mitchell, the Nuggets decide to trade him to the Utah Jazz for Trey Lyles. Who? Exactly. The Nuggets made the right pick and then drafted him for a player who was absolutely terrible. How can you get rid of Donovan Mitchell without letting him play a single game? Denver, that is absolutely disgusting and absolutely embarrassing. Number 1. Wait, before number 1, we have an honorable mention. The Washington Wizards. It's the 2022 draft. And the Wizards have the number 10 overall pick. They are actually a great team at this point. Bradley Beal is scoring 30 points per game. They have Kristaps Porzingis, Rui Hachimura, Kyle Kuzma, Daniel Gafford. There is so much potential. And available at number 10 is one of the biggest draft steals of the last few years. Jalen Williams, J-Dub, the All-Star, averaging 22 points per game in his 3rd season. A huge reason OKC just had one of the greatest seasons in NBA history. Prime Bradley Beal, Jalen Williams, Kristaps Porzingis. That is a big 3. But the Wizards draft Johnny Davis. Guys, I know a lot of basketball players. I know too many basketball players. I'm just a big fan. But even I had to look up who Johnny Davis was. While Jalen Williams is scoring 22 points per game in his 3rd season and on the path to becoming a superstar, Johnny Davis has been a nobody, scoring 2.4 points per game on the Wizards. But the worst part, after 2022, the Wizards got rid of everybody. Porzingis, Bradley Beal, Kuzma, Daniel Gafford, Hachimura, all gone. If they drafted Jalen Williams, they probably would have kept the team together and been one of the best teams in the East. But after this mistake, they decided to get rid of everybody and start over. And number 1, the Philadelphia 76ers. It's only right that we finish this video off with once again the 2017 NBA draft. The 76ers had the number 1 overall pick. They have a healthy Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, who at this point are both in their prime. They are the best duo in the NBA. With this number 1 pick, they can create an unstoppable dynasty. They can become the best team for the next 10 years if they make the right choice. And who is available? Jason Tatum. Bro, prime Ben Simmons, prime Joel Embiid, prime Jason Tatum would 1,000,000% win a championship. But instead, the 76ers draft Markelle Fultz. In 2 years with the 76ers, he only played 33 games in total. Now, he's on the Kings, getting 2 points per game, while Jason Tatum has turned the Boston Celtics to a championship team. But what about the 9 greatest NBA trades that almost happened? I've got to see that.